again. Like I was telling Brian the other day, I listened to it, and I was just like, I hate that. I hate that hello, hello. He's like, too late. You done did it every episode now. That's the new intro. That's the trademark. You got to keep doing it. So,
I gotta keep it in.
You know what I mean? Here we are. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to number 6, numero 6. That's 6.
Yeah,
that's 6.
Thank you.
Number 6, episode number 6. We do not have a guest today. We have had a run of just great guests, great response from those videos, just a good time. Got some powerful messages, some funny messages, and it's been a treat to really have some people on and get to know them and spend that time with them and give them an opportunity to kind of tell some about themselves and learn a little bit more about them. That's been a great time, but we do not have one lined up for this week, and I got to be honest, I'm a little excited.
Me
I'm
too,
a little excited. I'm a little excited to that was pretty good. The glasses are good. Look, I got the glasses. We flossing. You know what I mean? I told you we done hit the big time now. We done hit the big time.
We got that riffraff money now.
This ain't no middle of the mall stuff. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this right here, basically. I'm excited that, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of the three of us again. Just to be able to sit up here and be idiots, you know, and just kind of do what we do naturally. That being said, Brian, where do you think we ought to get started this morning?
Cop stories.
We talked about that a few weeks ago.
We
Episode
did.
2, I think it was. I promised the next time we were by ourselves without a guest, we would have some cop stories.
Yeah.
So let's have them.
Let's do it. Cop stories. I don't know if I can come up with any.
I think you could probably come up with several.
Dozen.
I get pulled over by.
All right, now chill out, Derek.
I get pulled over by the police a lot. Speeding while I'm driving. My 6-month-old kid in the backseat.
Disclaimer: he does not have a 6-month-old
I do not
kid.
have a 6-month-old
not.
kid, no, that I'm aware of.
So what do you got? There, Brian? Start us off.
When I was 19.
It's 62.
1962. That was right.
Keep on with that riff-raff.
No, it wasn't 62. It was during Prohibition.
In the Great Gatsby roaring 20s.
I don't feel so bad now.
I was running moonshine. No, I worked out of town, and my boss and I were partaking of some alcoholic beverages before we left the city of Vidalia. I don't mind saying where I was at.
Good onions down that way.
Yeah. And so we were coming home that evening. He was driving. I was in the passenger side of his truck, and we saw a gathering over on the side road as we were coming through this very small town. And so me being the friendly that I am, hey man, pull over there and let's see if it's any of our customers. Let's strike up some business. Always thinking. So we quickly found out why they were gathered in this large group, because they were talking to a state patrolman.
Oh.
And
Hello.
the way we were able to get close enough to see them is because we were going up this street that was a one-way. We were going the wrong way.
Just everything happened so bad.
I mean, it went.
The stars aligned.
Everything
went-
bad that could have happened just did.
It went from woo to oh. Wouldn't you know, he gets the fans off of his car and comes around and he pulls us over. So we got the windows down. I'm underage. I'm underage, and I'm trashed, and I hear my boss outside of the car being breathalyzed, and I hear the state trooper say, "You are right there at the limit where it's kind of my discretion whether I take you to jail for DUI or I let you drive." He said, "How about your partner? Has he been drinking?" And I heard my boss, I'll never forget this, and this was many moons ago. I heard my boss say, "Not that I'm aware of."
Which was a good answer.
Great answer.
Perfect
and
answer.
so I'm picking up what he's laying down, and I'm like, contributing to the delinquency of a minor. He's trying to stay away from that. So
It's a good one to stay away from.
I cannot tell this guy that I've been drinking. And so he comes up to my side. He's real friendly. Sir, blah, blah, I pulled your boss man over. It seems he's been drinking tonight. And I'm like scared to death. Yes, sir. He said, have you had anything to drink tonight? And I said, I had a sip. My boss man laid his drink down to go into the restroom. And when he was not looking, I had a sip. And he said, well, then you should be all right to drive him on into Dublin then. Step on out here and let me take a look. So I step out, and I'm like, oh, my gosh. He gives me the breathalyzer. First time I'd ever had one, not the last. And I blow, and I blow, and I blow. And he says, damn, son, I thought you said you had a sip. And I said, it was more like a swallow.
What did he say?
Get your ass back in that truck. You ain't driving nowhere.
He said more. It might have been a swallow.
Oh my God!
All I could come up with.
Yeah, it was more like a big, like 7-Eleven Biggie Gulp.
So he goes around. He breathalyzes my boss one more time. I think he had come down just a little bit, enough for him to let him drive. He said, I want liquor right now before y'all drive off of here. And so we had to pour it out. For years, we told that story, the two of us together. And when we'd always get to that part, my boss would always say, I would have rather him taking me to jail than me pouring out that good liquor. I wanted to cut the block. And come back and lick it up like a dog.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I think they got meetings for that, man.
I know they have meetings for that, for sure.
That was one of my wildest ones.
Oh man, that's a pretty good. That's a little tough to talk. Mine is actually the one I think I'm gonna tell is not necessarily an interaction with the police. The police were definitely around, but it was one of the ones where there probably should have been an interaction. So I'm in Macon. I grew up in Macon. So I'm in Macon, and it's I don't know 3-4 o'clock in the morning, right? So it's that weird time where nobody should really be on the road. No, like nobody's going to work, nobody's leaving work. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Now let me ask you this: how long had you been awake?
How do you know that I've been awake?
It was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. How long had you been up?
That's fair. I'd probably been up for like 2 or 3 months, and who knows at this point in time. So anyway, so I'm going, and it's a relatively big intersection in Macon. It's like Vineville, and one of the roads that crosses over Vineville. It's a 4-way red light there, and when you're coming the side road that crosses over Vineville, every time I was in my mid-20s at this point in time, every single time I've ever come up to cross over Vineville right there, that light has been red. Every single time, ever. And I bet if I went there right now, it'd be red. You know what I mean? It's like a pressure switch. You got to come up to it to make it turn green. Anyways, so 3-4 o'clock in the morning, pulling up, I come to this intersection, and I stop, and I'm in like a spray can primered out Cadillac with like big rims and like a system in it. You know what I mean?
A Cadillac converter.
Yeah, that was my first Cadillac converter, actually. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm pulling up. There's somebody with me, and I look across, and I'm scared to death now because I look across, and like right across the street there's like this fast foods, and there's 2 marked police cars, and 2 guys doing what two cops at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. They're just waiting on a call. They're just like hanging out. You know what I mean? So they're out, and they're outside of their cars. Probably just got free coffee. Maybe picked up a Krispy Kreme donut. You know, who knows? Whatever they do, and they like look across at me. And, like, I'm just sitting there staring at them. They're staring at me. And I'm like, why are they looking at me? Why? I mean, I know it looks sketchy, but why? Like, what's going on? And the person with me just kind of, like, looks over and like, Chris, the light is green. You just stopped at a green light at 4 o'clock in the morning in the middle of Macon in front of 2 police officers.
It's like that Krispy Kreme sign flashing. I'm dirty. You want to stop me and talk to me?
Dude, I swear it was like something in a movie because they're like looking, And like I kind of like look back at him, and we're just like staring at each other as I just creep through the intersection, just continue to go on about my way.
But they didn't stop you.
No, they didn't give. No, 4 o'clock. Their shift's probably about to end. They're not even worried about it. But yeah, so like, I just creep across the intersection, which is like a movie where we're both just like staring at each other, just kind of like like a Looney Tunes type thing. You know what I mean? If I walk slow enough,
Did your head move toward them whenever you were
Yeah,
going
like
by?
yes, hands were like this, just like a. Yeah, absolutely.
Why would you not? You had to look.
Oh my God! Yeah, I had to see like if are they going to get in their cars? Am I going to like smash them with gas or something? You know what I mean?
Oh,
golly.
That's good.
No, I didn't even think about this before. Derek, do you even have a cop story?
Great question.
I've got a few. I'll go back to my very first one
Okay.
because that one's.
That
Now
was the Roaring 20s.
This was a lot. I had just turned 16. I hadn't been 16 no time. So we had left a local football game, and there was supposed to be a fight afterwards.
Of course.
Don't remember who it was. I just remember there was going to be a fight. So I think I had a 2-door car.
A coupe, if you will.
A Regal.
Beer.
Buick.
Regal.
I believe there was 2
great
other
car.
guys with me. And,
In a coupe?
yeah.
It's a little weird.
Well, 2 of us were in the front.
Not-
One was in the back.
Had a
Not my
back
story.
seat.
He had a back
It's not my
seat. Had a
story.
back
It's not
seat.
my story.
So we're going, and the light turns yellow, and I was like, I can make this. Well, I couldn't. So whenever I went, it turned.
You thought you could make it in a Regal?
I put the hammer.
Put the hammer down.
Yeah, but that's like a little mallet.
So
There's no hammer in that car.
so I go, and then all of a sudden I see blue lights. I'm 16, so I'm freaked out. The guy that's with me is going. I think he was in college at the time and was going to school for criminal justice. So
What are the odds?
So I pull over very quickly, and I'm thinking, I know what he wants. I've already been taught this. Mama taught me, driver's license and insurance card. So I reach into the glove box
To get your 9.
I reach in the glove box and get my registration out, my insurance. Well, I'm thinking I'm gonna help the guy out.
Derek finna bust his cap.
Were you bumping NWA at the time?
No, I was not.
With them 6x9s in the day?
That was 2 years later. 2 years later. So I think I'm gonna help this guy out. So I go ahead and get out of the car.
Oh boy.
Now again, this was in 1988.
Woo.
But I get out of the car, and as soon as I do, he reaches down. He was probably right-handed, but he reaches down at his pistol, and he says, and starts hollering at me, telling me to get back in the vehicle, and I'm thinking, dude, I was just trying to. Here I am, a 16-year-old kid, innocent, just going to watch a fight. I've done nothing wrong at the time, so. Yeah, it scared me. I jumped back in the car rapidly and put my hands on the window to make sure he knows that, hey, dude, there's nothing wrong here. I really don't have a 9 in the glove.
I don't have a 9.
So I'm sitting there. He comes up and he gives me a strong lecture about you need to follow the orders of the officer, and that was a good learning experience. And again, you going way back. I'm thinking it was 88, I believe, and. Anyway, so he wrote me a citation, and that was pretty much the end of it. That's the my first encounter, and that was at 16. So
Learned a lot though.
Yeah, I did.
So would you say that your knowledge of how to interact with the police was established in 88?
I don't know if they can see it on the camera or not. Like I said, I was born in 88. I was born in 88. That's a good one.
I like it.
All right, so riff raff and then
I like it. That's a good story. I'm glad I wasn't with you.
I'm glad you weren't either.
I was with our other brother in a car before that had some interaction with the police, but that's probably a story for another time.
That would definitely be one. And I've got one for another time, too.
Yeah.
You can't give them everything all at once.
Not
You know
all
what I
at
mean?
once,
No.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ended up in the same vehicle together, and then we ended up in another vehicle together that had lights on the top of it.
That was the day that I became the saint.
That is the day that you became the favorite
Derek
child.
could never do
It
wrong.
was.
And,
That was
and,
it.
and you
Couldn't
have
top that.
you have held that ranking. Y'all go back and forth between 1 and 2. I stay the same position, holding steady at 3.
See, listen, Mom, we're not the only 3 brothers that do that because we do the same thing. We're always just like, well, this person's the number 1, you know. And I was, you know, I pretty much set up. I gave my brothers the number 1 and 2 spot.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
out
yeah.
back.
That's how we do.
Don't kill anybody, and you're set.
Yeah, that's
you know
how
what I mean?
we do. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I did get like I'm at a close to the second because I did go by and see her square dancing last night.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, heck yeah, dude.
It's pretty good.
should've
Derek
done
was working. He would have been there.
We'll leave it at that.
You know.
Yeah.
That's a good story, man.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Do y'all ever find yourself like riding down the road and see somebody walking down the road and like you just make up a name for them and yell it out
Nope.
at them?
I can't say I've ever done that.
Y'all
either.
do
Not
that?
once, actually. The thought has never even crossed.
Dude,
Hasn't mine either.
that was a game we used to play one time.
was-
That's
We-
random.
Me and my friends.
We don't have any friends. Stop.
Okay, me and my coworkers.
Speak truth.
They had to be with me in the truck, so
You just like holler at people you know?
no, I didn't know them. We would be on the truck and we'd be riding and we would play a game and like see somebody going down the road and the windows would be down because we didn't have AC, so you know whoever was able to yell out a name that looked like the person the fastest got points for it. Mr. Willett. And if they look, if
You get double points for that. They look.
if they look back and throw a hand up, that's double down.
Oh, that's. How many years ago was this?
This was probably yesterday.
That's what I'm wondering.
Not yesterday, dude. I did it Friday night though.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I think I got
Were
the
you
name right.
were you by yourself?
No, I wasn't by myself.
Okay.
I was in Perry,
Okay.
and I threw.
Oh my gosh. How did you? How did you come up with this?
I can't remember the name. I think it was Rebecca or something like that. She was walking really fast, like she was on a mission.
Yeah.
And I was coming out of Longhorn, and I seen her walking, and I said, "She's on a mission." So when I made the right on Sam Nunn, I Rebecca.
What did she wave? Did she wave back?
She waved like.
Oh, are you serious?
And I was like, I think that might be her name.
Like you got one.
I get all the points.
He's the automatic winner.
Cash in.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can say that
Fun
it's
game.
not. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever considered it a game, but I have had like instances in my life where I've had to be out in public with your brother, and we'll just be doing something like going to Walmart. Okay, we're picking up something from work, whatever we're doing, blah blah blah. We're just at Walmart. Nothing crazy going on. I was never told about the game, but he'll see like an old man or something just like walking through the aisles, and we're just like walking by randomly. We just need to go past him. Maybe hey,
Right. Speak.
Yeah.
Nod your head. Smile.
have a good one. No. Your brother will be like, hey, Mr. George. Hey, how's life been treating you? You know what I'm saying? Your family still doing all right? Good to hear that. Good to see you. Hey, we'll talk to you later now, Mr. George. And to this point, I've got like so much social anxiety because I know he has no idea who that is. But he is like full, because they're always confused. They're always like,
They're trying to figure
hey,
out. I know this
you know what I mean?
guy.
Like, they're trying to be nice, you know what I mean? But like they know that their name is not George. And they're trying to be nice, and they're just like, "Oh, good to see you."
What's-
You know,
y'all hang out
such
more
an idiot.
during the day, obviously, working together. So y'all take excursions like that. Well, he and I'm not going to tell the story, but he and I went to
not
the
all
movies.
the time though, boss. Not all the time though.
He and I went to the movies on July 4th,
We sure did.
and there were several interactions before the movie and after the movie.
He is an interactor.
And whenever he and I left, I think he was walking in front of me, and I'm walking behind him, and I said, "Man, I can't go very many places with you." I said, I can't do it.
No. Shout out to Kay. We got a subscriber from that movie.
That's right.
That's true. That's
Sure
true.
did.
I remember.
I don't know.
Not only that, she commented and said she was enjoying the podcast.
Yeah.
The mother and
thank
daughter
you, Kay.
that were sitting next to me, I tried to get them to subscribe too. I haven't seen anything whether or not they did or not.
We call that an L.
Hopefully, it may be,
have.
which
Well,
is
they
shocking.
have.
You know
We
that
call
I
that
get
an
an
L.
L and he
That's
gets
true.
a win.
That's
You know.
true.
Listen, I'm trying to find new subscribers, new listeners everywhere I go.
Well,
Everything I do.
but remember what happened yesterday morning when you said, "Hey man, we got 3 more subscribers since so and so."
Yeah, and Chris, guess who got those 3? Not to your left, to your right. I was so proud of him.
I got 2 of them
So proud of him.
when I was working the other night at Shamrock Beverage.
Okay.
Sure did.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 2 more.
They're probably going to be asleep when this comes out then.
Talk-
12 o'clock on a Monday.
They'll be getting up right at the end of it.
Thank God it's not live. They can watch it whenever. You just click on like, yeah, okay. Now
I thought I
just click.
that I just pushed it.
No.
You said the bigger pad thing.
Derek, we're recording. Just do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we want to say thank you. It's not doing, Chris.
Derek, just.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's see what I'm doing wrong. We want to say thank you to Buckeye Preferred Services. They do tree work, removal, stump grinding, climb trees, whatever you need. They are cutting out your problems. You can call them at 478-484-2178, or you can reach them at 478-278-5574. That's Buckeye Preferred Services. They are removing all of your tree issues that you may have. Available 24 hours a day. And they'll take care of your problems when regarding trees. And I'm afraid I may have to call them pretty soon, Chris. I got one out there that looks a little sick.
Derek, this is the ad break. It's not the podcast. We don't just keep doing that.
Just cut that part out. It ain't going to the other one, Chris. Which one is?
Use the mouse.
This.
Yeah, just.
Also, too, if you are interested in any ad space, or if you would like to purchase T-shirts, like we said, we've got some white ones, and we're getting an order up for some black ones. You can email us at coffeeandketchuppc@gmail.com. That's coffeeandketchuppc@gmail.com for any of that information as well. What?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
That ain't the mouse like I'm used to, Chris.
It's a mouse pad. It's a laptop. It's not the same thing, Derek. It's fine. You did great. You did great. We give the people what they want. They want you to do ads. You did an ad, and this will never ever happen again.
Speaking
I
of new
will say
subscribers,
you have been going off the rails.
You
Getting
have
new
been going
subscribers.
hard, yeah.
You've been taking it to
Hey,
it. Tell us
listen,
about
man,
the other one.
I believe in this thing, man. I tell you, one of my proudest moments. Everybody who's been watching and keeping up with us knows about my Lawrence County info.
Oh God, that is going to be your next cop story.
It could be.
It might.
Impersonating insert word here.
You might get to witness it at work. They may come with a warrant at work. I've finally been indicted.
I've been indicted on impersonation charge. Identity theft.
I've got.
All I can think about is The Office now, and he's just like, identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
Oh my God.
What if like the lieutenant comes in and goes, well, how are the turntables?
Turntables.
Who's impersonating the cop now, little man? So, like, I had a few more instances on the Lawrence County info page on Facebook I want to share with you, leading into a new subscriber, believe it or not.
That's so wild.
We had one the other day I'm reading it as it is written, looking for a ordained priest to marry me and my fiance. My reply,
This is going to be terrible.
to the utter disbelief of many. Unfortunately, I cannot help with this one. I am not a ordained priest, but I did stay in a Holiday Inn Express last month.
That's got to count for something. Oh, my God.
Has Checkers closed permanently? Was the question on Lawrence County Info.
And that's a local, for anybody that may not be familiar, that's not from this area, that's a fast food joint.
I'm pretty sure
A chain?
Checkers are nationwide. It's not like a Dublin exclusive. Are you serious?
Nationwide? I just thought it went as far as Macon. I thought it was only went as far as Macon.
It's not far down the road from McDonald's.
I think in other places
is
it's
another-
Hardee's. I think Checkers and Hardee's are the same.
No, that's Carl's.
Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
Hardee's.
Checkers is.
I'm sorry.
No, I think there's more than just Checkers in Dublin, Georgia.
I thought it was like a Jack in the Box. We don't have that here.
That is a chain too.
Yeah, but you've heard of a Jack in the Box though.
For any of y'all ain't never heard of Checkers, it's like you just
Who have been living in a rock.
like you just put them on game.
You're gonna want those French fries. Check them out.
That man just stopped the entire podcast. He just threw a flag and said, for those of y'all that don't know, that's a fast food restaurant here in Dublin.
Y'all both look at me like deer in the headlights, like everybody knows. Like, carry on.
They've got their fries in Walmart.
Maybe,
Like, for those who don't know.
maybe we edit that. Okay.
No, hell no, we're not editing that.
No.
Go back and read your post. I won't interject this time.
It ain't even funny anymore, Derek. Move on.
No, it is. It's good.
Oh my God.
Has Checkers a chain restaurant? Probably nationwide. Have they closed permanently?
Oh, gosh.
And to which I responded, gone forever. Chess will be opening soon in their place.
Chess, for those who don't know, is not a chain restaurant.
It is the
It is
opposite
a board
of
game.
Checkers.
Oh. My comment was just as bad as theirs. When they said, what is
You were so
chess?
serious.
You're the reason things like this still happen.
And Brian looked at me like going, you idiot.
What are you doing? You want to eat Zaxby's for lunch, Derek? That is a chain as well. For those of y'all that don't know, Zaxby's is a restaurant in Dublin.
We got it here in Dublin. We got two of them. Now.
One out at the interstate, too.
Oh my gosh.
Lawrence County Info is just not big enough for me, and so I have expanded my territory to the Lawrence County online yard sale, in which I am proud to say our new friend Melissa made a post about someone scamming her for a product she was buying. I believe she was buying a wig or extension, something along those lines, and she had some interaction with this person that was selling it on the online yard sale, and so she was being a sweetheart and warning other potential
Thank you,
victims
Melissa.
because she was taken advantage of by this person being a scammer. And so after I read that, I had to try and brighten up Melissa's day, in which I responded, I can't believe she did that. I can't believe she did that. That wigs me out. That wigs me out when folks be scamming. And as I posted that comment, I'm like, dear Lord, please don't get madder at me, Melissa.
Please have a sense of humor,
I'm
please.
just trying to make you laugh.
Oh,
She came out, man, and commented, I think, the next day and said, Brian Thomas, After I read your comment, I couldn't even be mad no more. So we had a conversation in which I invited her to join the Facebook page and the podcast, in which she did. So, Melissa, shout out to you.
Glad to have you, Melissa.
So very glad that you took that as
man.
what it was, as a joke, trying to brighten your day.
Shout out, Melissa.
So
That
very
was
glad
perfect.
that
That's
went
so
over
funny.
well. The last one I want to share with you here, back to Lawrence County Info, reading it as it's written. Looking for a mechanic to fix an O2 sensor, or, as Chris was driving that night, a Cadillac converter.
Cadillac converter.
I've been told it's one or the other, but I can't find anyone to fix it. So I let this gentleman know I've converted a few Cadillacs in my time, but I got my guy's schedule booked until December.
Oh, my goodness.
Mechanicking. Who knows a mechanic? A real mechanic.
I do.
You know a mechanic?
I'm
Not Shade Tree.
Not
okay,
a real
okay.
mechanic.
I am definitely a shade tree mechanic. No, I know what that means, though. I know what a shade tree mechanic is.
I need to get him on here. Maybe he can teach you some things. And
You should have him on.
You can add that to your side hustles.
That would be awesome.
He's definitely an empty jar over here that you can
Yeah.
just fill with whatever.
I'm a sponge, bro.
Yeah.
I don't have so much time to do it with my construction business, but
I don't
And
know
your
if
brick
that's
and your
a
masonry.
sponge.
my brick masonry.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say a sponge.
If you haven't seen the TikTok, Coffee and Ketchup, I'm teaching you how to lay
Lay
brick.
Yeah. Again, legal disclaimer: following the instructions and advice of Coffee and Ketchup or Brian Thomas can result in serious harm, injury, or death. Please
Even
do
death.
not follow the instructions of Brian Thomas. Thank you.
Please don't. See about getting that going.
I will.
I think that'll be a good one.
Maybe next episode.
We'll shoot for that. I'll get with him.
That'd be
Very
good.
cool.
That'd be good. Have y'all seen my mug?
I have seen your mug.
Listen, so I had it last week, and I had the perfect nerd on here with me to talk about it, and we
You
just
did.
got caught up, and it just didn't make the cut. It just made a cut. But for those who don't know, you can see, get it in there. This is the Super Mario Brothers warp pipe. It's got a little brown on the bottom. You know, Mario goes in, and he's transported to another part on the map. This one comes from my brother, who said, "Are you going to be doing different mugs?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm probably going to do like one a month," and sent me 2 or 3 just off the rip. So
Nice.
thank you, brother, who will remain nameless for right now. But this is a wonderful mug. It's a little bit smaller than the last one. I've only got a half a pot of coffee instead of 3 pots like the last one. But it's a good one. I like this mug. It's
That's a nice one.
It's very practical. The other one was a little less practical.
Do you remember what I thought? What I said? You had to educate me on that.
Oh yeah, so I bring it over here in the box and I unbox it. And I'm like, here's the new one for the next month, and he's just like, is that like a corncob pipe?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he thought it was like a corncob pipe.
It's been a long time since I played anymore.
For those of
You
y'all
should
that
know
don't
the
know,
Mario
a corn cob pipe is what you smoke tobacco out of.
I'm gonna miss checkers.
Who knows? If you ever have a day off of work, you might can find one somewhere else if you go out of town.
Should go anywhere else. He's gonna miss checkers, but he's excited about that chest though.
Can't wait for Chess to
Can't
open
wait
their
when they
doors.
open.
Man, Checkers is a fast food restaurant.
That man works up an appetite when he's out there shooting his 9 from his glove box.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I tell you what we were talking about earlier, man. I had to get honest about something that I've kind of kept a secret for, goodness, man, a bunch of years. When I was probably 13, our oldest brother played baseball, and his team had advanced to this end of the season tournament, however it was, and so they were playing in a single elimination tournament, and it was out of town. Of course, we went and supported him and watched him play, and he was a good athlete. And one of his teammates had a sister that I had she was probably 16, 17. I'm probably 12. I had a huge...
See where this story's going already.
I had a huge crush on her, right? And so I'm sitting there during the whole game, like missing his at bats and his plays in the field because I'm just like looking at her in just pure amazement. And all I can think of, they better win this game so I can see her again tomorrow night. Well, they lost. And I'm over there on the bottom bleacher just crying.
At 12.
They didn't win the game, Mama. And she's like, oh, you love your brother so much. And I'm just thinking to myself, no, it's because I can't see her again.
He supports his team. We just love to watch his little brother
Oh,
win.
my gosh.
Oh, my God. I just
Kevin,
cried.
your brother just cried when y'all lost that game. Oh, man, that's cool.
I didn't know he loved baseball.
I didn't see him watching me.
I struck out twice, Mama. I didn't do so good. I missed all that.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
one of my first crushes, man.
That's crazy.
I will not tell who it was, cause
Yeah.
who was yours?
4th grade. 4th grade, I believe, is what it was. This was after the teacher I had a crush on in 4th grade. I realized that wasn't gonna happen. So so I said, "Huh?
How old are you in 4th grade?
I don't remember, man. Do the math. I don't know."
9?
9 or like single digits.
Yeah, you're not in the double dipping yet.
All right, well.
After I realized that wasn't
Any-
going to happen,
anyway.
I was going to take her to Checkers, a local burger joint.
They don't have everywhere else. So anyway, when I realized that wasn't possible, I said, well, this girl's cute, I need to, back then, Chris, you're not familiar with this, but you had to write letters. And then you had to fold them up a certain way, so that made it difficult to open them,
It's gonna be like a check, yes or no.
No, I don't think I did that. But anyway, I wrote her a note, and I got rejected pretty quickly.
No.
She liked somebody else at the time, so that was my first. That was my first knockdown to the ground, and it's funny because to this day, I will interact with her. I'll see her out at her place of employment, and I'll bring up to her, you remember, I told one of her coworkers, they said, yeah, I think you know her, don't you? And I was like, yeah. I said, I do. I said, she was actually my first crush. I said, and she didn't want nothing to do with me. And we went to church with her too, so
Okay.
that's how I knew her that way as well. But anyway, so that last time, just about every time I interact with her, which is about, I don't know, once a year, I always say, or the other person will say, yeah, he used to have a crush on you. He was just telling me about that. And I'm like going, yeah, she shot me down. She shot me down. But it was, but you go through those things. It's good for you. Just like Brian's sobbing session on the second row of the bleachers.
That's
that
right.
day. It's part of it.
Part of life.
That's right.
Now, do you still keep up with the 4th grade teacher?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, okay. Didn't know if that was still.
It never worked out.
It never came back
Never
around full
worked
circle
out.
after I graduated.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, Chris, who's your first crush?
First crush?
Yeah.
Shelly Russ. That is actually my wife. We got married. First person I ever had a crush on. Loved her when I locked eyes with her.
That's
Knew
cool.
we was going to get married.
What year y'all? What age were y'all when y'all met?
Like 27.
So
Yeah.
First
you didn't have one.
Nope. I don't think I dated anybody before her, actually.
Wow.
That's cool,
Nope,
man.
just her forever.
That's awesome.
I love Shelly Rush. She is my world. She is my everything. I support her in everything that she does, and I've never looked at or even thought about another girl ever since her. And this is not something I've previously memorized and been told to say when asked about things like this.
You didn't write that either.
No, it wasn't. It was never written. It was never
I
written.
could tell.
It was never written.
That's cool, though.
I love it. Shout out Shelly.
Yeah, shout out Shelly.
There you go, Shelly.
My honey, darling baby. Love you. I didn't bring up crushes. Listen, because let me tell you the real thing about my wife. My wife, because I do love her.
Of course.
It is funny, but like I do love her, and she is amazing. She is jealous, and she can be very possessive, and
Well, look at her
she's-
hunk of a man.
Well,
I know.
obviously, and yeah,
7'2".
Ain't
she
many
thinks that I
7'2"
walk
guys
outside and everybody just goes crazy. It's not really like that. It's kind of close, but it's not quite like that. But she's definitely crazy, and it's one of those things. This is how I try to explain it to people. So I'm not like 100% sure that she would go and kill somebody,
Right.
but I'm not 100% sure that she wouldn't.
Fair.
You know?
But she openly admits that.
Oh
Obviously.
yeah, no, she'll tell you.
She's
crazy.
Yeah.
She's absolutely
That's
crazy.
good. That's good.
But I'm crazy for her.
That's right.
You know?
That makes it all good.
Yeah.
Established in '88.
All right, that's 3. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I seen on TikTok earlier, this dude found a wallet on the side. He's like driving down the road and sees this wallet. So he pulls over and he's videoing this. He pulls over and he goes and he picks the wallet up and there's like, as soon as he opens it, there's like all these 1s and 5s, you know, a little bit of money. But then he like shows on camera, he folds one of the little compartments back and there's hundreds in there. And he returned it with all the money in it.
That was honest of him.
It was very honest of him.
That was stupid of them. Are y'all serious?
I didn't say smart. I said honest.
That's fair. That's
But this
fair.
is
that,
where
that is honest.
this is where he got me, and this is why I kind of like, well, why are you doing this for? Because he gets to the guy's house and he's calling the man's name to come outside so he can retrieve his wallet. You know what his name is?
What?
Can't make this up. Rich.
Oh,
I'm like, the dude's already rich, man. Just return his wallet.
just give him the cards and the ID.
You know, he's
He's
a
got it. He's
Yeah.
fine.
He's calling the rich man
Listen.
to come out and retrieve his wallet. I'll tell you something. 2 things you would never hear from me whenever I was smoking weed.
What?
2 things. You would never hear me say, "Hey man, put that out, bro. I've had enough." Or,
Fair.
sir, hey, you dropped your wallet.
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely
Which
not.
was many
No, I
years
gotta get a
ago.
little
that you
Many. Good deed to the guy on TikTok though.
Yeah, absolutely. More power to you. Props to you, because hey, every little bit helps these days. Like I was telling somebody the other day, it's like I'm not sure if I want to be super rich or nothing like that. I would like to get to a point in my life where I don't drive by furniture on the side of the road and do a double take.
See if it's
Like,
not.
hey, you know,
That
maybe
ain't so bad.
maybe that is an upgrade for my house.
I heard someone
that's
say
my goals for the day.
this week. I heard someone say that when you get to the level of wealth where you can go in any restaurant and order whatever you want without worrying what it costs, you've made it.
We're working on that too. Then thanks a lot.
So I used to could do that when I went to Checkers. So I guess
Now
I
we're all a little bit sadder and poor.
lost my wealth.
The world lost a good one when they lost the Dublin Checkers.
They did.
I wonder if chess is going to be anything like
It's got big shoes to
Heard
fill.
it's
It's
gonna-
got a big board to fill.
I understand it's going to be a little bit tougher to order.
A little bit more complicated. to
Makes
get
you
around
think a little
on
bit
that.
more.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, what we got coming up, man?
Oh, we've got coming up. Like I said, we're gonna reach out. We're gonna try to get the mechanic guy coming up. We've got a lot of, how do y'all say it down here? Irons in the fire.
Irons in the fire.
That's
That is
what
how you
you-
say it.
I'm
yeah.
not really sure why an iron is in the fire.
because you
Irons
create
are
something.
electric.
You create something.
Is it like the metal iron is in the fire, or is it iron? Because I thought it was there are many irons in the fire.
Of course it is.
Yeah, but
I think it's when you're branding.
why wouldn't you just say there's iron in the fire?
Because you're branded cattle.
Why don't that be something good?
You're
I'm
branding
thinking.
cattle?
You got your brands in
You,
there.
you got all these
I don't want to
irons
mess
in
with
the
any big
fire, and you
animals.
take them
I don't
out,
like
and
animals bigger than me. I don't want to mess with cows. So y'all have no idea what it means either. Then,
Yeah,
iron,
it's
right?
it's something to do with Yellowstone.
irons in the fire.
Oh my gosh! I just had a brilliant idea. You want to talk about what we got coming up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull off some questions from the old classic game show. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? And I'm gonna torch the both of you. And I am going to
Run it.
laugh. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to work on next time. We can kind of get together, not have any guests, and not got a whole lot of stuff. We need some filler stuff. I'm going to pull off some questions from remember the Jeff Foxworthy show?
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to pull off some questions, and I'm going to watch y'all miss them all.
Is it open book?
I was gonna say, are you gonna,
Open book.
if you're wondering that day why I'm doing this the whole time.
Yeah, got his phone out on episode. Oh man, because I don't think either one of y'all know the statement "irons in the fire" or whatever. I don't think y'all can explain it to me.
It's cattle.
I'll Google it
To
when
do
we
with
get
That
there.
doesn't
cattle.
make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
It's not cattle. It's the iron. You're shaping it. So you're molding it. You got irons in the fire. You
That
got a lot
doesn't sound
going
right
on.
grammatically either. But
Somebody help us out.
yeah, don't even worry about it.
Comment.
So yeah, let us know in the comments what an iron in the fire. What is that supposed to mean? Entail something like that. Y'all be on the lookout for. Like I said, next week we're definitely going to have a guest. And it's we're going to try to make this be this mechanic gentleman. I'm not going to say his name out loud just yet, but it'll be an actual mechanic and not a troll on the Lawrence County info page. Might get some good information and see what that job kind of takes and just kind of a little bit about him. Be on the lookout during the ad break. We threw up the coffee and ketchup email account. If you're interested in getting any T-shirts, we've got a few white T-shirts left.
Yeah.
We're going to do another order in for the black T-shirts and get some black T-shirts made as well. T-shirts are $20. That comes to help us do upgrades, keep this thing kind of going, and be able to do cooler stuff on the show. So if you want to support us, reach out to our email address. Let us know if you want to get in on the pre-order for the black one. Or if you'd like one of the few white ones we have left, be sure to reach out there. If you have not subscribed on our platforms, at the end of this video, there's going to be a logo with our TikTok, our Twitter, and our Facebook links on there. Type those into each of those respective platforms. Look us up, follow us on there. If you are not currently subscribed to us, down at the bottom left, I got to figure out when I watch this again if I'm doing it right. I think it's going to be actually down here the way it does. Down here on your bottom left is going to be a subscribe button. If you haven't clicked it already, it costs $0. And it's a real big help to us. It gets us more followers. We get more traction. YouTube will put our video on random people's feeds more, the more following we have. So just give us a subscribe. If you did like anything in the video, make sure you give a like to it. Comment if you enjoyed anything, didn't enjoy anything. We try to be interactive with that kind of stuff. Also, be on the lookout. We've spent a couple times going live on TikTok here recently. That's been a lot of fun. We did like a little pre-podcast episode on TikTok Live this morning, just kind of interacting with people, showing people some behind-the-scenes type things.
Being as that you're talking about going live on TikTok, I am happy to announce that we have a subscriber and
Yes.
a supporter
Yes.
in Canada.
In Canada and Indiana. earlier.
Indiana, yes.
So when
Hope
the
jumped
first
on
time we
Indiana.
went, we had a guy from Canada, and you didn't get my joke. So Brian's like, I'm in the chat with the thing, and he's like, oh yeah, look, Chris, this guy, Mr. G.
Yeah, G-pop.
G-pop.
G-pop, I think.
G-pop, I think is what it was.
Yeah,
so
Papa G, Papa
he
G.
said, Brian's asking, where are you from? The dude says from Canada. And then I come in, and Brian's like, hey, man, we got a follower out of Canada now. And I was just like, well, it's about time.
I told him he spelled it wrong.
He didn't, Derek didn't get it either. He never talked to anybody from
A-B-O-U-T.
Canada. Do you not understand accents?
When you
It's
say
a-
boot, I figured
a
it'd be
boot.
Italy.
Exactly. I'm
so.
like Canada, Chris, not
And
Italian.
Hope, thank you to Hope, who
Thanks,
was on
Hope.
the TikTok live earlier from Indiana, came over, gave us a subscribe. Hopefully, gonna give us some listens in. So if you see us interacting on any of those platforms, definitely reach out to us. Let us know how we're doing. If you'd like to see anything different, we're always looking for suggestions, comments, attaboys, whatever you want to say. We'd love to hear it. And I think that's about it.
Share it with your friends.
Share it, yeah.
Share it with your enemies.
If you have enjoyed it, please share it with your friends. If you didn't like it and thought it was trash, share it with your enemies. Share it with somebody. We got to get those numbers up. We got to get them up. So make sure that we're out there doing our part in all of that. Anything else before we send it off?
I just want to thank you for taking the reins, Riff Raff. You've done an excellent job.
There may be one less podcast member next week. We will see what happens. Where there may be a fight to the death. Don't know. Nobody Google Riff Raff. It's not a funny joke. Don't Google it if you don't know who that
Please
is.
Google Riff
It's not funny. And we will Catch y'all on the next one. Thanks, y'all.
Thank y'all.
Where's the nearest Checkers from here?
Oh, my God.